What's the difference between a will and a trust, and which one do you actually need? Most people assume a simple will is enough to protect their family, but in many states, having only a will can mean court delays, extra costs, and stress you never wanted them to face. The truth is, wills and trusts are both powerful tools, but they work in very different ways. And if you don't understand the difference, your family could end up paying the price. I'm a licensed attorney with more than 25 years in law and finance. My goal is simple: to make estate planning clear and actionable. In this video, I'll break down wills and trusts, how they compare, and who really needs which. And if you stick with me to the end, I'll share the online services I recommend to create a valid estate plan without hiring a lawyer. A will is a legal document that explains what should happen after you pass away. It lets you name an executor to carry out your wishes and a guardian for your children. But wills go through probate, a court process that can be public, expensive, and slow. In some states, it's relatively simple. In others, it can drag on for months or longer. That's why many people look beyond a will and add a trust. A trust is a legal arrangement that holds your assets like your home, bank accounts, or investments, and gives someone else permission to manage them if you can't. With a revocable living trust, you stay in control while you're alive. But if you become incapacitated or pass away, your successor trustee takes over and follows the plan you created. Unlike a will, a trust usually avoids probate, meaning no court process, no public record, and often fewer delays. The result? More privacy, more control, and less stress for your family. That's why so many people use trusts alongside their will. Here's how wills and trusts compare, remembering that these are general rules and details vary state by state. Wills go through probate, trusts usually avoid it. Wills are public record, trusts stay private. Wills only work after death. Trusts can also protect you while you're alive, but unable to manage things yourself. Wills are cheaper upfront. Trusts often save money and stress later. And only a will can name guardians for your children. So even with a trust, you still need a will. Here's a mistake most people make without even realizing it. Even if you create a trust, it won't work unless you fund it. Funding means transferring ownership of assets into the trust, like your home, bank accounts, or even business interests. Skip that step and those assets may still go through probate. So do you need both? Not always, but for many families it's a good idea. Because estate planning laws and probate rules vary by state, the best choice is going to depend on where you live and your specific situation. A will is still essential for naming guardians and covering anything left outside your trust. But if you have real estate, significant assets, or you want more privacy and control, adding a trust can provide protection a will alone cannot. Together, a will and trust often give the best peace of mind. And what if you do nothing at all? Then the state has a plan for you. It's called intestacy. Under intestacy, the court decides who inherits, who raises your kids, and who pays your debts. Doing nothing is still a decision, it's just not yours. Here's the good news. You don't need a lawyer to create a valid will or trust. Of course, if you have a complicated family situation or own significant assets, it may be worth seeking professional advice. For many people, however, tools like Trust and Will, Nolo, and LegalZoom are perfect options to create their estate planning documents without the need for a lawyer. Each service will walk you through the process clearly and affordably. Whether you're just getting started or building a full estate plan, these platforms make it easier than you think. You don't need a law degree or a big budget. You just need the right tools and the willingness to take the first step. I've linked each of these services in the description so you can compare and choose what fits your needs.